Hello, and welcome to RuPaul's Drag Race Rejudged, and today we will finally be taking a look at RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 2, the greatest modern season of Drag Race. Episode 1 is the Runway Challenge, so I will be going queen by queen, starting with Ahura. So, Ahura's gay icon look is Vivienne Westwood. I think she did a pretty solid job on it. It's not my favorite look ever. I think there could have been a bit more refinement in what she did. A solid, I'd say, 7 out of 10. For her Queen of Her Hometown look, Ahura gives us the first Robin Hood inspired look of the night. It is very good. It is very fashion, but also somewhat cartoony, which I really like. I think she did a really nice job. Next, we have Estina Mandela. Her gay icon is Naomi Campbell. Once again, really good job. Her runway presentation was very Naomi-esque. It was so beautiful. Her makeup is so good, and I love her hair. This look is like 10 out of 10. For her Queen of Her Hometown look, I know she got a lot of criticism for pretty much just wearing an ASOS jacket she bought and didn't alter at all, but I think this is the perfect example of how runway presentation can sell a look. She had so much character and personality in what she did, and it was, in my opinion, one of the strongest showings of the night. Next, we have Bimini, and her gay icon is Princess Julia. I don't really get Princess Julia from this. Granted, I don't know too much about her, but from the research I did and from the looks of hers that I saw, the makeup is spot on. The hair doesn't really give Princess Julia. I think she could have done a bit more work to make something fit the theme a bit more. Her Queen of Her Hometown look, it is a bit of a choice. It doesn't really fit her in a lot of parts. She presented it really well, and I do have to give her credit there, but a lot of it didn't really fit her. Great for lip syncing though, which is very good for her. Next, we have Cherry Valentine. Her gay icon is Freddie Mercury. Very easily recognizable. I would argue probably like second most recognizable of the night. The makeup is great. The hair is spot on. I think the vacuum is also really well done. It all just fits her perfectly and was presented really well. I love Cherry Valentine. Cherry's Queen of Her Hometown look is very good. It is executed very well. The hair is nice. The makeup is really unique, but not in a bad way like some of the people on season 1. I think she did a very nice job. I looked and I couldn't really find what she was referencing here, but I still think the look is very nice. Next, we have Ellie Diamond. Her gay icon is Lily Savage. I didn't really know much about Lily Savage prior to seeing this look and hearing about her. I think this look very much gives Lily Savage. It's just a bit more on the basic side. She could have gone a little bit further. Her Queen of Her Hometown look is very good. Love the makeup, love the hair. I love the just red and black. I want to say that's latex. I'm not good at naming materials. To reference looks, I would say this look is a very clear high safe. Next, we have Ginny Lemon. Her icon is Kate Butch from UK Season 5. I think she does a really good job. It's very similar to what Kate Butch did for her Snatch Game. For her Queen of Her Hometown look, once again, I was not able to find the reference, but it is executed pretty well. Next is Jo Black. Her gay icon is David Bowie. I don't think she could have picked a look that gave less Bowie than this. I don't know what the judges were talking about. This is one of my favorite looks of the night. It fits her perfectly. The hair is great. The makeup is great. Jo Black was robbed. Jo's Queen of Your Hometown look, once again, very great showing. The judges just didn't appreciate it. I think the patterning is incredible. Makeup is perfect. Jo did a great job. I truly do not understand why she was in the bottom. Next, we have Lawrence Cheney. Okay, I'm not doing that again. Her gay icon is Diana Rigg. I know nothing about Diana Rigg, but from the research I did, this look is very good. For her Queen of Her Hometown look, I think this is my personal favorite look of the night. It fits fits her so perfectly. I think the presentation was flawless. Lawrence is underrated as a fashion queen, and I think this look is just more proof of that. This look legitimately could have given her the win. Next, we have Sister Sister as Dusty Springfield. This look definitely gives Dusty Springfield vibes. It just could have gone a bit more. If I were in this episode, I probably would have gone with a gay icon that I could do a lot more with than just this. For her Queen of Her Hometown look, I don't really like it as a look. It might be a reference that I don't get. I tried to find what she was referencing and I just couldn't do it. I think she could have gone a lot bigger. The judges agreed with me on this. It just needed a bit more of like the coffee enema RuPaul thing, if that makes sense. Next, we have Tayce. Her gay icon is also Naomi Campbell. Unfortunately, I think she ended up being the weaker of the two, which will unfortunately keep her out of the top, but this is still well above average. Tayce's Queen of Her Hometown look is very good. I don't know how she did this, but I think it is great. The hair is a really nice touch. The dragon dress is amazing. If she had had the stronger Naomi Campbell, she would have had an easy shot at being in the top, if not winning. Next, we have Tia Kofi, who makes the very interesting choice of going with Alan Turing. I will say it now, as much respect as I have for Alan Turing, he is not a good idea for this runway. It is a fashion-based challenge. You have to do someone who has some personality in what they wore, like Naomi Campbell or David Bowie. Alan Turing doesn't have that, so Tia had to just make a bunch of seemingly random choices to try and add personality to this look. We have the chains, we have the, I think there's binary code on that suit. We have the gray and pink hair. It just doesn't really give Alan Turing. For her Queen of Her Hometown look, it is the second Robin Hood inspired look of the night. It is the worst of the two. It goes for in a different direction though. While Ahora's was much more fashion based, this seems like more of like a cartoon. And on that note, I respect it because I think it is a good execution if that's what you're going for. Finally, we have Veronica Green. Her icon is Boy George. I'm not gonna go too harsh into this look. I'll just say this is Boy George. It needs to be dialed up to like an 11. This was a solid 6. Her final look, Queen of Her Hometown, very beautiful dress, the hair is stunning, the presentation was great, it just could have gone a bit further in terms of detail or accessories, it's just a little more on the basic side. After looking at all of those looks, there were 24 in total, Jesus Christ. We're gonna go with Estina Mandela for the winner, Joe Black and Lawrence Chaney as high, Tia Kofi as low, leaving Bimini and Sister Sister in the bottom. Bimini and Sister Sister lip sync to Relax. I never thought this would be a lip sync song. I'm not gonna complain though. I don't know how Sister would do, but based off her other performances, she would do a good job. Bimini would just do great, leaving Sister eliminated in 12th place. Next is the Rats the Rusical Challenge. It is by far the best Rusical of this season. Veronica Green wins, Joe Black and Tia Kofi are in the top. Ginny would also do really well, but since Joe is now here, this is definitely up Joe's alley, leaving Ginny getting bumped down to safe. For the bottom three, we have Cherry Valentine, Ellie Diamond, and Lawrence Chaney. Runway-wise, I think Lawrence is the best. She is low, leaving Ellie Diamond and Cherry Valentine in the bottom to lip sync to Memory. This lip sync is nowhere near as good as it would have been if Tayce was there. I just couldn't justify putting Tayce in the bottom. I could understand what she was saying. The judges were fully lying when they said they couldn't. Ellie Diamond is the only one we couldn't understand. Lip sync wise though, she is a lot stronger than people give her credit for, and I think she would send Cherry home. Next is the episode 3 design challenge, and I'm gonna keep this short because I've already talked about 24 looks. Ahura versus Tayce. Ahura helped make Tayce's, yet delivered a stronger final product. Ahura wins this matchup. Astina versus Bimini, it is a weak matchup, to say the least. Astina is worse, Bimini's is just fine, it still has personality. I don't know what's going on with Astina's, I just don't like it. Ellie Diamond versus Lawrence Chaney. I lied, I'm just gonna go with it. Lawrence is the clear winner here. Ellie Diamond still did a good job. If it was judged individually, she would definitely be in the top. Ginny Lemon versus Joe Black. I don't know how Joe Black is at sewing. We never got to see that happen. Knowing Joe, though, she seems like a very professional person. I assume she knows how to sew based off how much of an icon she is. And I truly don't think she could make anything worse than what Ginny is wearing. Joe wins. Finally, we have Tia versus Veronica. And please hear me out on this. Tia made the better look here. Her runway presentation and runway commentary are infinitely better. I think Tia's, joking self-deprecation was right during the critiques. This look is stunning and should have been in the top, especially over Veronica. I do not like Veronica's look. It's just bad. The hair is bad. The makeup is good. For the actual judging, all of the winners of their matchups are in the top. That's Ahura, Bimini, Joe, Lawrence, and Tia, with Lawrence getting the win. The losers of the matchups are the safe low and bottom queens. Ellie and Tace were the clear best of these 5 and are safe. Ginny Lemon is narrowly not in the bottom and places low, leaving Astina and Veronica the winners of the first 2 challenges to lip sync for their lives. While Tia Coffee was able to beat Astina to Don't Start Now, that is not a distinction that I think Veronica could hold. Astina wins and Veronica is eliminated. This has major repercussions later down the line, as if Veronica is not in the competition, there is no returning queen. Next is the morning show improv challenge. Everyone agrees that Ahura, Bimini, and Lawrence were the top 3 here. The distinction though, the controversy though, comes in the win. A lot of people said it should have been Ahura. I am fully Team Lawrence here. I think that while their performances were equal, their runways are really what set them apart. Lawrence had the Buffalo Bill, Leatherface, Sweeney Todd runway. It is one of my favorite runways of all time. Lawrence absolutely killed it. Once again, underrated fashion queen. I'm giving Lawrence the win here. For the rest of the judging, Ellie, Tace, and Tia are all safe, leaving Astina, Ginny, and Joe as the bottom 3. I feel Astina would do the best here in the challenge, although low bar, Joe Black and Ginny Lemon are in the bottom. I don't know if Ginny leaves if she's not lip-syncing against Sister. I don't think it matters though. Even if she stays, I think Joe is winning this. At long last, it's been 7 months. I finally get to talk about UK Hun. It is my personal favorite challenge ever. I love it so much. Team distribution is gonna stay generally the same. I'm gonna put Astina in Sister's place, leaving us with the winning team of Ahura, Tace, Bimini, and Lawrence, and the losing team of Astina, Ellie, Joe, and Tia. Now, to talk briefly about the winning team, everyone did great. If I had to pick one winner, it would be Bimini. I would put Tace in second. I think that the judges' critiques about her not enunciating enough were mildly true, but her verse was still great, and I could understand what she was saying. It's just that I couldn't initially. It only becomes clear on the 3rd watch through what she's actually saying. Ahura and Lawrence just gave all around good performances. Now for the losing team. Astina and Tia would both do very well. Astina is a great performer. She can dance really well, and she has a lot of confidence and personality. That would serve her very well. She is safe. I'm gonna put Tia down as low because of her runway. Shouldn't have put her in the bottom. I understand it putting her as low. This leaves Ellie Diamond and Joe Black as the bottom 2. Ellie Diamond was okay. It's just a bit basic, which really doesn't work when you're up against the United King dolls. And then Joe Black, I'm the one person on Earth who believes this. I do believe she should have been in the bottom here. I did not like her verse or her performance. I get how it's funny, I just didn't really enjoy it. That leaves Ellie and Joe to lip sync for their lives. I don't really know how it would play out, but I think Joe would still leave us here, unfortunately. She is not as robbed in this timeline though, so don't get too mad at me. Next is the Snatch Game. It is the weakest challenge of the season. Bimini and Tace are the only queens who do well. Tace does kind of well and is high. Bimini does great. She is Katie Price. Very, very funny. In my opinion, I would put it as like the third best UK Snatch Game. And now we unfortunately have to talk about the 5 bottom queens. First, Ahura. Runway was good, so she's not going to be in the bottom. Her Snatch Game is probably the best of the bottom 5. None of her jokes were particularly funny though to me. Estina Mandela, I don't really know how she would do. I just don't think she would do well, although I'm not going to put her in the bottom for a performance I have not seen. Ellie Diamond is also low. Her Matt Lucas was... I mean, she was there in the Snatch Game, and she was attempting to tell jokes, but it wasn't funny. That leaves Lawrence and Tia in the bottom for their runways and Snatch Games. Neither one of them was funny. I think Tia has the potential to be great in Snatch Game. It just didn't really pan out for her, and Lawrence was unfortunately too in her head. Tia and Lawrence lip-synced to Touch Me All Night Long. One of my favorite lip-sync songs, kinda underwhelming in terms of the lip sync. Tia is eliminated. Next is the episode 7 design challenge. First we have Ahura, one of the greatest looks of all time, especially from a design challenge. It is slightly less iconic in this timeline since Ahura is not going to be copying Sister's makeup. I do believe that's what she did. It was intentional and she is such an icon for that. Unfortunately, Sister is not here. Next is Bimini. The look is okay. I think the fabric does a lot of the work. The sewing is just middle of the road. Hair is great. Makeup is great. And I think her theming, it is on the higher side. It's still not great though. Ellie Diamond could have won if Ahura was not there. It's a good look. It's a bit rough around the edges in some parts, but overall, I would say this is her strongest performance of the season. Lawrence Chaney. It's fine, middle of the road, didn't deserve to be bottom 3, but I wouldn't put it in the top either, just definition of safe. Finally, we have Tace. Great concept, I'd say second best concept of the night. The execution was just not there. For the judging, we are doing a top 2, bottom 2. Ahura is the clear best, Ellie is clear second, Ahura wins with Ellie as high. Bimini and Lawrence are gonna be safe. Since there isn't really a break in this timeline, I can't imagine Estina's sewing skills have really improved. Estina and Tace are in the bottom. They lip sync to Don't Be So Hard on Yourself. It is, I think, the best lip sync of the season, this hypothetical lip sync that I'm imagining. Tace is gonna win it based off track record and lip sync skills, leaving Estina in 6th place. Episode 8 brings us the comedy challenge. We know how all of these queens did. We are finally in that position again. Bimini is the clear best. Not a joke, just a fact. Lawrence and Tace are both going to be high. I found Tace to be really funny, 3rd best of the week, not bottom worthy. Very good performance. That leaves Ahura and Ellie in the bottom. The song is You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. It doesn't really have the same touch without Tace and Ahura lip syncing. I think Ahura would still do a very good job here as she did. Ellie is eliminated in 5th place, giving us a final 4 of the United King Dolls. Thank God. Now we have the episode 9 acting challenge. I can't eliminate anyone before the finale, I just don't have the heart to do it. Everyone would do well here. Ahura and Lawrence are gonna be high. Bimini and Tace are gonna lip sync for the win. The song is Last Thing on My Mind. I don't really know how Bimini would do here, although we saw how Tace would do, and while Bimini is a good lip syncer, I don't see her beating that. Tace wins, putting her at 2 wins going into the finale. Track record wise, Bimini is in 1st place with a score of 3.89 and 3 wins. Lawrence is in 2nd with a score of 3.67 and 3 wins. Tace is at 3.44, tied with Ahura. also at 3.44, each with the same amount of wins. The queens do the Little Bit of Love remix. It is underrated as far as remixes go. Taste is absolutely the best. She eats everyone up. We don't know how Ahura would do, but since Tace and Bimini were the best, Ahura is gonna be in the bottom 2 for this, and is eliminated, leaving Tace, Bimini, and Lawrence as safe going into the final 3. The queens lip sync for the crown to I'm Still Standing, and I'm just gonna say it. Tace won this lip sync. She is the best in the remix. She did great in the fan vote. She only had one bad performance all season. I'm going to give this win to Tace. I think Tace is completely underrated by UK production. Her challenge wins were both really, really strong. She is my personal favorite of the season. She had the best finale performance. I'm giving it to Tace. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but I'm going to stand by this. Tace deserved to win this season based off the season that just played out. If you judge it differently, you could definitely end up with a different winner, but based off the season that we just saw play out, I'm giving it to Tace. Hey, it's Drag Race Rejudged. Do you want gay shit? Well then check out the RuPaul's Drag Race Rejudged YouTube channel and hit subscribe.